Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So this is the Team Nourished call. It is September 30th, last day of September. So I'm excited to go into October tomorrow, and I'm really excited. My boot camp's gonna be Hocus Pocus themed, so I'm super excited about that. I'm trying to find my share screen so I can show you guys just the little announcements. And I probably should have practiced this. So I think this, but I actually want you to see this. Can y'all see the weekly top 5? Okay. No. What do you see?
A magic quandrum or something.
Yeah, a leader in the 2020 something.
Okay, let's try again. I'll share. There we go. Found it. You got to see one of my random tabs I had pulled up then. Anyway, this is a weekly top 5. So the weekly top 5, I'm pretty sure I'm speaking correctly to this, gets pulled from volume. So congrats to Jackie Lamka. I think that's how you say her name. Carrie Summers, myself, Michelle King, Linda McNamara, and Amanda Collison. My window is right over top of that. And then with rounding out the month, Samantha in the 1+ lives changed, Robin Aldrich, Karen Ganser, all at SC2. So one person helped this month. 2+ lives, Emma Shaw, Jackie Lamka, and Megan Pickup at SC4. And then Danielle at SC10, myself at SC7, and Michelle King at SC6. So, I mean, Kendall's in the waiting room. The month technically is not over yet, so keep pushing for those that are super, super close to help 1 or 2 more people tonight. It can be done. I've been there before. So good luck. And if not, we will start fresh tomorrow on October 1st. So, hey, Kendall, you're in here, right? She's connecting. Okay. The next thing is one announcement for a new Emerald. Jackie Lamka is a brand new Emerald today. So congrats to Jackie. She has officially opened her coaching business and allowed her paychecks to start increasing too, and get the free leads from Beachbody if she is in Success Club. So all those exciting things, and really just opening the doors to your business and all the things to come. So congrats to Jackie. I do not have the, I know Danielle typically shares the graphic with like Emerald and Ruby and Diamond and all that, but I think we all know the basics of that. Those of us that are on here tonight. So I'm just going to keep rolling. My topic tonight is making consistency your superpower. I don't have any fancy slides or anything. But I feel like when I post a lot, I always talk about how consistency is my superpower. So really just consistency in all the areas of basically the vital behaviors that we have as a coach. So I know for me personally, and probably everybody here too, we all know the feeling of starting something new. And so when we all came into coaching, it was exciting and everything was feeling good. We're motivated, we're inspired by everything and all of the steps we're going to take and all that. And at first, honestly, it's really motivation. I feel like that initially gets us going, which is probably the case for like everything we do. We're all motivated at first to do this new exciting thing. And then as we really start to dig into what we're doing, that excitement can sometimes wear off. As you start digging in and you're like, oh, I actually have to like do things. So like, I know for me, I was like, okay, all right, what do I do now? Oh, this actually is going to take some steps and like push me or have me take steps and push me out of my comfort zone. So it's going to be challenging at times, and we have mental battles that we have to push through. And we also, I personally know that I like become emotionally attached, like when I'm talking to someone. And I feel like for me at times it's hard to detach my emotion. Although I guess you don't want to completely remove your emotion when you're talking to somebody, but I think I've probably overstepped the like emotional boundary sometimes. And we know, obviously we're all here and we're still here, but so we know what all of this is capable of doing for our lives and what it's capable of doing for other people's lives. But we are the catalyst that helps other people see that for themselves. And I think that's where like the emotion can play a lot of the role in that. So it's kind of, I feel like a balance of helping them see that, but not being overly, oh my gosh, that kind of thing. But if there's ever that doubt that you can't do this, just know that you can. And I think we all know that, speaking from my own experience, but we just have to build your confidence. And that's just done one day at a time, one workout at a time, one meal at a time, one invite, and then one little mindset shift at a time. And I feel like keeping your joy in the business is also where you're going to find that sustainability too. Because if you don't have joy in what you're doing, then there's not going to be sustainability in what you're doing. You're going to fizzle out, and it's just going to be the dreaded, okay, I have to do this. And I've been there before, honestly. So I just think that that's an important little note. I actually read that from somewhere else today and wanted to add that in here just to keep the joy in what you're doing. I know that when I did Morning Meltdown 100, I was so pumped and focused, and I wanted to do the 100 days of Morning Meltdown. And I got to, I don't know, like day 60 some, and I just like was not feeling it anymore. I dreaded the workouts, and I was just like, this is not my thing. And as a coach, I just felt like I couldn't quit the program, because then I would be failing myself and I'd be failing everybody else. And finally, I just had to draw that line and be like, I've got to do what I need to do. And even though Morning Meltdown's not for me, that doesn't mean that other people can't enjoy it. So I had to move on to something that brought me more joy and actually motivated me to work out and made me want to get up and work out. So I feel like we've all been there at some point as well. So back to like more of the consistency part. I feel like I went off on a tangent. So really and truly showing up consistently, I can't speak tonight. Showing up consistently is what is going to build trust between you and the people that are in your network that you're going to be connecting with, or the new people that are coming in and are starting to see your journey and what you're doing and what it's all about. I think it's important to remember too that like social media is our storefront. So I think of what Brock Johnson says, something along the lines of like, if you show up on Monday, if you say that you're like a pizza joint and you show up on Monday and you're selling pizza, but then you show up on Tuesday and you're closed, and then you show up on Wednesday and you're selling cheesecake, like they're getting mixed messages. They're not going to know what it is that you're doing. So showing up consistently, I can't say that word tonight. Can't do it. Consistently showing up is going to help build that trust between the people that are following you and the people that you're connecting with. And it's not about showing up perfectly. It's just sharing where you are in your day, in your journey, whatever, on a daily basis. So it's not just showing up every now and then and like randomly posting a transformation pic and then going away for 3 weeks and then randomly popping up again. because people aren't going to get the message that way. And I think I feel like I've said this a million times. I think we all know that, but a lot of times we just need to keep on hearing it. And I don't know the exact stat. I probably should have looked it up, but it's something along the lines of people have to like see and hear things a certain number of times before they actually like register it. So us showing up consistently also falls into that, however many number of times they need to see or hear something too. Inviting consistently inviting all the time consistently is also what keeps your well from running dry. So I know I've had the moments where I feel like there's no more people to invite. I feel like I've talked to everybody, but in reality, we have to think about that abundant mindset and that there's always going to be people out there. There's people in, I know that my Facebook that I've probably never even connected with. So for me to say, I don't have anybody to invite is actually not true. But just like priming that pump and inviting people on a regular basis, not only means that there's people there for you to talk to, but for me personally, I know that inviting consistently just makes it not as hard. It's like that. It's like any muscle that we have our inviting muscle. And when we don't use it and we try to get back into the rhythm of it, it can feel hard and it doesn't feel fun. And it's just like, oh, I have to do this. But I know that when I am consistent with inviting and I set my goal to do however many a day or however many a week, that everything just flows better. And so obviously that's one of our behaviors to do as well. And even if people don't respond to you, they ghost you, or they say no, like the first time you try, that doesn't mean that it's a no forever. So being consistent in your follow-up as well, and putting them on your list or whatever to go back and reach out next month, or like in 2 months, or what I mean, I've followed up with people forever and ever. And even though it was a no the very first time I asked them, if I kept following up with them, they eventually, through my consistency in posting and sharing what I was doing, and through my consistency with following up with them, finally came around and decided that that was what they needed. So the following up piece as well. The coach opportunity. I will be the first to admit that I do not consistently enough share about the coaching side of things and the coaching opportunity. And I think as somebody personally who wants to continue to grow their business, and not only in like rank, but just in helping more people see what we have available, we've got to talk about it more. And at first it feels weird. But again, just like with the inviting, the more that we share what we're doing as coaches and invite people to do it with us, the more comfortable we are doing it. I think we just have to bite the bullet on it. And, like on Thursdays, it's always easier to share about coaching because it's payday, it's rank advancement day. So lots of exciting things are going on. But I just feel like it's finding the little things on any other given day of the week, where it's like one little piece that you can recognize where coaching has impacted your life in a certain way, that you could share about and invite people to it. So for me personally, I know that's something that I need to be 100% more consistent with, is just talking about the coaching opportunity, because you might be showing up for your workouts and you might be drinking your Shakeology, but if you randomly message somebody about coaching, they're probably, and you haven't talked about that, then they're going to be like, I don't have a clue what you're doing. I didn't even know you were a coach. I just thought you liked to share your workouts. So, definitely something that I need to work on as well. And then the other pieces that I had, just consistency in your nutrition as well. I mean, it's just all the puzzle pieces we know that are a part of the puzzle that we have to do all the time in order to fit together. So mindset as well. I know that it was funny enough. I went back and it's an app called The Work. And I don't have my cord and I don't know how to hook up the thing that Danielle did. But it's called The Work. And for those of us that were in the push thread last year, pushing to 5-star, I went back and I looked at my journal in The Work. And we started logging on September 25th, 2020. Last year, I guess, was when we kind of started pushing for 5-star. And Danielle had us do our daily little journal prompts in The Work. And like this month, my very first one, I'm not a good enough leader, on September 25th of last year. But it asks you basically what your limiting belief is. So you put in, like that was my limiting belief, and it still is my limiting belief. I'm not a good enough leader. And then it asks, can you absolutely know if that's true? How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? Does that bring peace or stress into your life? What images do you see? Sorry if you can hear that. My windows are open. What images do you see, past and future, and what physical sensations arise as you think that thought and witness those images? What emotions arise when you believe that thought? Do any obsessions or addictions begin to appear when you believe that thought? How do you treat the person in the situation when you believe that thought? Or how do you treat other people and yourself? And who would you be without that thought? And then you turn the thought around at the end into something positive. So my turnaround was, I am a good enough leader. I have already led many people, and others are waiting for me to step up. So doing the mindset work, particularly with this app called The Work, you probably can't. I wish I had the little setup that Danielle had last week, but I think it was 99 cents to get the app itself. And it's not like a monthly thing. It was just like a one-time 99 cents to get the app. And we did that every day for, I think it was 30 days. And like, that's literally how we hit 5-star. I mean, not just that, but that was a huge part of it, was all of us. And we took a screenshot of it and we shared it in our thread. And, we got to see like what each other's hangups were. And I guess kind of realized we had the same little things going on at times too. Thanks, Amanda. But doing that consistently for 30 days made all the difference, like I said, and is a huge reason why the team went 5-star last year. So it was funny when I look back today. I saw almost to the day that we had been journaling that. So I definitely am gonna get back into that and maybe have my Team Cup team do it too. Half of the Team Cup team is on here, almost everybody. My Team Cup anyway. But also the personal development piece. For me, I know reading a book right now physically is not something that I can really work in. So I've been listening to Trent Shelton's podcast on my way to school. And whenever I have time to just listen to something, for me right now, it's just listening to things, because I don't have to I just really can't physically. I guess I can. It's just not manageable for me right now to read an actual physical book. And so if anybody has any suggestions or wants to share like what they're doing for personal development, let us know, because you might give somebody else an idea. But oh, hey Jamie, I hope she hadn't been sitting there. And then what else was I going to touch on? Consistently attending trainings too. So when I first started, I used the Good Vibe Tribe training website, that I'm pretty sure like Meredith and Jackie, I don't know who else put it all together, but it literally laid it out like, do this, do this, do this. So for me, that was really helpful. And that's, and like I was talking about, I should probably take a sip of water. Like I was talking about with the podcast and listening on the way to school, when I first started, like all of the trainings that I listened to were on the way to school. Like I just pick something, turn it on and listen to it. But I was consistently diving into something to learn like what my next step was and how I needed to do this, or what was going to make any of this coaching thing that I was doing now easier. Because if you're not staying consistent and up to date with what's going on in the coaching world by listening to the team calls, or, keeping up with the announcements in the coach office, or anything on the Beachbody Champions page, or just our larger team pages, if you're not consistently checking in with that kind of stuff, then you're not really going to be in the best place to help serve others, because you're going to miss like big things that are happening. Like if you don't know that we have a bike right now, then that might be an issue. I'm pretty sure everybody is aware that we have a bike on this call, but just consistently learning more and growing and learning how to grow even further from where we are now, is obviously just a huge part of coaching in general. Because none of us, I don't think anyway, that any of us want to stay in the exact same position that we are right now a year from now. And although that's kind of where I've been for the past year, I'm really, really working towards like 1 star and just continuing to grow. But it's just finding my people. And like I said earlier, I've got to be more consistent about talking about the coach opportunity, because that is one of my weaker points right now. I know. And the mindset thing I was not doing consistently, but as I've started getting back into that, that's making a difference as well. So it's just doing the things that are going to make you feel empowered, empowered to like make you feel empowered to invite people, that make you feel empowered to ask someone to be a part of the team and do this with you as a coach, and workouts that make you feel empowered too. So that's really all I have. As far as consistency goes, like I don't want to beat a dead horse, because those are all things that we all know that we should be doing. It's just the act of doing them, and the act of doing them consistently, because just doing them here and there, it feels good that one time you do it and you're like, yeah, okay. And then the second you drop off, it's just like, oh crap. Like I was feeling good and now I'm feeling like blah. And I honestly, that was me probably like most of August and September, until I'm like getting my groove back. So I don't know how y'all feel, but it was a harder transition season this year, and I don't know what exactly to attribute it to. But we're making it. We're making it. So I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to add, but that's basically what I've got for tonight. And no fancy slides. And I can't wait to hear what Danielle brings back from leadership too.
I'm super jealous she got to meet him, Walla.
I know. Well, I'm meeting him all in October, so he's coming. I'm going to the DC. It's a Super Sunday, but he's going to be there. Him, Kim Carver from corporate, and Aaron Hopkins are coming. So gonna be a good one.
Sounds fun.
Are any of y'all like going to a in-person Super Saturday or Friday or Sunday?
Layla, are you in? Layla's on my phone because she got bounced off, so she's here. Are you and Mara going?
No, we're not gonna go.
Yeah.
My son has a tournament, and Mara's just been going through a lot with her parents and stuff. So
Oh, that's right. Okay. I think it's all gonna be streamed live though. I think, like they've been doing for the past year and a half for all the big stuff. But if you are local to one, like Jamie, you could go to the DC one with us.
Ah,
It's probably, I mean, DC for me is
When is it again? I'm so sorry.
the Super Saturday, well, it's Super Sunday, the Super Weekend event. It's in DC with Amwala and Aaron Hopkins and Kim Carver from corporate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not that far. It's like 4 hours from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 3-ish from me, so just a little bit farther for you. But myself and then one of my coaches and one of my challengers are going, so I'm pumped for it. I'm ready to meet Amwala. And just be at another live event too, because, and I guess this all ties in, but like when we were at our summit in Austin, when we were at our summit in Austin, it was the first time that we had really been together in forever. And it was just good for everybody's morale to experience all that in person and connect with everybody in person. And you feed off of that energy. And that's probably why I had such a dip like in August, is like you feed off of that energy for as long as you can coming off of an event. And then it's like, okay, how do I keep this going? And how do I keep feeling this feeling, even though we're back apart again, and you have to rely on yourself for that fire. But I think that's just, it ties right back into being consistent in all the other areas. To just keep the fire going. October 17th, 16th. Let me look at the calendar. October 17th. Jamie, I can, after I get off of here, I'll send you the link to look at the tickets if you want. So. But it'll be good so I guess the Super weekends are quarterly. So this is the fall one. Then hopefully in the winter, there will still be in-person ones going on. And then in the spring again, and then Summit next year in person. So hopefully, hopefully all those things are in person. But yeah. Going from one event to the next, and just fueling your fire in between by just doing all of the things consistently. So I'm gonna stop the recording, I guess.